Adidas updates the Ubersonic for 2025. Come see what the Teed-Up playtesters thought of this speed-oriented shoe.
With my game being built around really covering a lot of court, it's always great to get on court with a lightweight shoe that's meant to offer you speed. When I put the Ubersonic 5 on my feet, I really enjoyed the fit of these shoes. I have wider feet, so they felt very comfortable in these shoes. I felt they did have a generous fit in the forefoot, as well as nice and comfortable for me through the midfoot and the heel. I really enjoyed the updated cushioning. I felt like the padded heel collar was very comfortable, and I also thought that the stability level was improved over the Ubersonic 5. I felt pretty locked in, especially after I laced up the shoes with the last eyelet. When I was on court, these are speed shoes, so I was really enjoying the comfort level in the cushioning in the heel. They are lower to the ground in the forefoot, and I thought that I would find that to be a little bit uncomfortable, but after playing for just a couple hours, I didn't really notice it. I wouldn't say these are shoes that I would play hours and hours on. I would opt for something a little bit more padded in those instances, but for the times when I really want to cover the court quickly, these would be a go-to option for me. I also found that the traction was right where I like it. I wasn't finding them to be overly slick or overly sticky, and for speed shoes, they're holding up quite nicely. So I really do think that these Ubersonic 5s are a good update and are going to stay in my weekly rotation.
On the first day that we got these shoes, I was able to wear them as a coach while I ran the playtesters and influencers through speed shoes. So I saw how quick they were, and I got to experience how comfortable they were. Initially, that heel collar was the first thing I noticed in this update. Much more cushion compared to previous Ubersonics, in my opinion. The second thing I also noticed right away as I finally got a chance to play in them was that speed frame technology. These are a much more stable version of the Ubersonic, and I really do crave a bit of a more stable shoe. I thought they flexed really nicely, and that upper was supportive without being too restrictive. And then I also like the call out on the bottom of the shoe with that breathability aspect. We had a long day of shooting the first day we all wore these, and I definitely could feel the airflow coming through the bottom of the shoes. I'm definitely one of the sweatier playtesters, so that's appreciated, especially in the hotter months. As far as durability, I've seen players that are really tough on these shoes wear them out really quick. Luckily for me, I don't wear through outsoles really fast, so the durability is holding through really nicely for me, and these are going to remain definitely an option for a match day quick shoe.
The Ubersonic 5 lives up to its name. For me, this update is nice and quick on court. I felt really fast moving side to side. I really loved how low to the ground I felt, and that made me feel really connected to the court when I was moving side to side. Now, in terms of fit, I have a narrow width foot, and I found this shoe to be plenty generous, medium throughout, and a very roomy toe box, so lots of extra space. And I thought the length was true to size. I did also like that little bit of arch support was hitting me perfectly in the right spot, so I liked that added element. And I found the shoe to be overall very comfortable. I had no break-in period, loved being able to go straight onto the court without any issues. Underneath, there's nice plush cushioning in the heel, maybe a little bit more minimal in the forefoot, but I didn't mind that. And I also like the upper was nice and soft and flexed very well. Now, when it came to traction, I did find it to be a little bit too sticky for me right at the very beginning, but I'm happy to report that as the playtest wore on and I got about 6 or so hours on it, the traction started to give a little bit more and I was able to move a little bit more freely. Now, the most important part for me in shoes is the support and stability, and I always use that extra eyelet, and this one was no exception. For me, right at the beginning, I thought the shoe did a really good job of holding my foot in place, but as the playtest wore on, it opened up a little bit more, and with that extra room in there, my foot was sliding around at times. Overall, I think the Ubersonic 5 is a great match day shoe for players looking for a lightweight and comfortable feel.
Generally speaking, I usually prefer shoes that are more lightweight and speed-oriented, so I was super excited to be on this review for the new Adidas Ubersonic 5. When I first put them on, they didn't really need any break-in time. They were good to go right away. And when it comes to their weight, I thought they were super light and speedy, just what I was hoping for, so I was very pleased with that. They were also super stable, and honestly, I was very impressed by the stability levels of the shoe, especially considering just how lightweight they are. I did end up utilizing that second eyelet, which made me feel very nice and secure around my ankle. That gave me that really extra stability feeling I was looking for. So yeah, stability-wise, absolutely top-notch. But on the other hand, unfortunately, I did miss a bit of cushioning. Sometimes I felt like I was actually just landing on hard concrete when I was playing. So I definitely did miss a bit of shock absorption from under my feet. I wish the shoe had a bit more cushioning. When it comes to traction, the shoes felt a bit too sticky for me. I wish they also allowed me a bit more adjustment out of my shots and a bit more give when it comes to that, especially considering that the shoes were a bit too harsh on my foot, and like I said, it was missing a bit cushioning. I think if the shoes had a bit more give, that would have allowed me to feel a bit more comfortable moving around. Durability was top-notch. I barely saw anywhere on the outsole or the upper. No complaints there at all. All in all, I think this is a great lightweight, speedy option from Adidas. I just wish it came with a bit more cushioning and comfort. Thank you for watching. For more information on this shoe or any others, please go check out Tennis Warehouse, Tennis Warehouse Europe, or Tennis Only.